Hello everyone, today we are going to create a replacement ground strap or ground cable. This ground cable here is very important to allow your electrics on the car to work, including starting up the car. So in case you found that sometimes it does not start, sometimes it does want to start, and then you check the connectors here are all okay, then it's very likely you should also take a look on the ground connection. At least it happened to me on this car, and then also the Fiat 500. So I mean, it's something that very easy to do, to be honest, if you got the two. And yeah, let's get started. So this is the ground connection that we want to replace. Before doing that, let me show you how it looks like. It usually looks like this. You can actually order this from eBay or whatever. Just search the ground strap or like ground cable for car, right? So this one is a little bit short because earlier I replaced the battery terminal. I actually got another video talking about how you can replace this, but yeah, I mean, it's not the key here. So what we are going to do right now is we need to remove this clamp here and also like another one here. So this one. So after we undone these two, then we have to undone another bolt here that's holding this battery strap. And this is 10 mil. Also this is 10 mil, and then like another one here is 13 mil. So in here, like in order to access the battery cable, right? So this is the ground cable that we're talking about. It's actually connect all the way to the bottom here. So to access that, we need to remove this battery tray. This is like 13 mil bolts. So just remove that, and then you can lift up the whole thing. So this is how it looks like underneath. So if you can see, actually this cable here. So this cable, this ground cable is actually attached to here, which this bolt, this not so bolt, whatever. And then there's another cable connecting to the gearbox over there. So these are actually the cable that's very prone to failure. Like so when people talk about like a ground strap failure, is usually about this cable, the one connecting to the gearbox, and then another one connecting to the battery. So although in the very beginning I was saying like replace this cable, but then like if I think about this, maybe it seems like based on visual inspection it seems okay, so I'm not going to replace this one. I probably will just create a new one to add an additional ground. So basically like I'm thinking to mount it here. So if you can see this cable is blocking the way. Let's take a look here. So this is like this stud here, like so I'm going to mount a cable here. You can see that the color right now is like a metal color. It does not have any paint on that, but before that it actually got a paint. So the way that I removed the paint was using this. So basically like I just put this thing in, and hopefully it should film better. So make sure you don't, just make the cable away, like don't get it blocking your way. So I'm going to put this thing in and send it. So actually it's a bit hard to send here, but yeah, it's one of the point that you can add a earth cable, right? So and I found it very handy if I put it here. So it's like how it looks like. Maybe I should sand it down a little bit, just send away that the metal, sorry, that painting on top of that metal, so that I can have a better attachment surface on the body. Alternatively, like people also like put the cable on the engine block as well, like but today I didn't get a chance to find a good spot. Anyway, for now I will just stick with this one. So because it seems like this cable is itself is healthy. So the original cable, actually, like if you notice, right, I replaced the terminal because the previous terminal was corroded and then snapped into two. Okay, the cable that I showed previously was actually working fine. I put it here, you know, before, attached it to the terminal here. But then the problem was that like I replaced this connector like a few days back, and then like it was just too short. It's got only like 30 centimeters, and then I probably need to create a longer one, so maybe like 50 centimeters, so that I have sufficient length to run the cable to the connector. So that's why we are here. I actually ordered a new cable. So this one, you may notice is the thickness is a bit different. So yeah, I think it's like, you know, how they measure this. I think I forgot the unit, but it's like 120 something like yeah. And then this is like 170 is a little bit thicker. So so basically for this kind of connection, while the thinner one will work, but then the thicker you can get is usually better. So well, at least it's what I found. I never used this before, but yeah, I never used this thickness before. So we'll find out whether this is actually better. I do have a tool to clamp the cable, so I also got the connector here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I actually got this tool here, like, you know, help me to basically, like, you know, tear off this layer so that I can put in the connector here, right? You can see like there are like some metal exposed outside now, and yeah, like you just gently, like, you know, pull this way outward, and oh yeah. So yeah, this the cover is now removed, so it's time to fit give a try with the connector here, see if that actually fits. Right, so it looks like this. So yeah, okay, so I actually got one of this sleeve here, like, you know, you can see, like, you know, basically like cable sleeve. So it looks like this, like after I put it in. I do have a heat gun, but if you don't have, you can also use a hair dryer. So like basically, like, or maybe you can just use some lighter, right, you know, just make some heat and then it will shrink. So I will put it like this, like, and then you know, after I clamp the cable, right, like now it's loosened, right, but the idea was that I need to put this in, you know, and then come back to this afterwards. And now I got this tool here that can clamp the cable, basically, like, you know, just pull away this, and yeah, just pick a correct size. I think this should be fine. 25, 16. Let's, what else do I have here? Yeah, I think I will try this. Let's do a test here. How does that look like? Yeah, I think it will fit. So yeah. So basically, if you usually you can do it by yourself, like, but in some situation I actually need my son or my wife to help, like holding this thing. Yeah, I just depends on like where you're clamping this, right? Like now I can wiggle this, like holy, yeah. If you do it by yourself, it's sometimes it's like not super easy. It can be tricky, but yeah, make sure this is, you know, holding in a good position. Yeah, very shaky. Let's do this. Okay. So actually, yeah, the position drift a little bit. I clamped the tail end of the connector, but you know, let's loosen this thing. So although it is kind of like holding in place, but it's a bit loose. So I think I will choose a smaller size here and then try to make it. It will help if you also got like some other tools to clamp that thing in, but yeah. It's a bit ugly, yeah. But it should do its job. So after all, it's my second ground, right? You know, it's more like a redundancy and backup. So it should be fine. Yeah, this was like it's a little bit cut, but yeah. So now I need to put this in and then like do a heat shank. So I got this shank, you know, this sleeve here. So I use a heat gun just now, right? Just like what I mentioned, you can use air fry, sorry, a hair dryer, and then or maybe if you got lighter or something, just you know, with some patience, you can do that. And if you're doing lighter, you know, don't do it winter outside outdoor, like you'll find it very hard. I tried that, so yeah. Anyway, what else? Like let's test if this actually can go to the connector. So I think this side should be fine to go in here. If you can see it, like basically I just need to loosen this nuts here and then put that inside, and then you know it should hold. The problem is like this one seems to be like a small you know, this one is like relatively smaller, so I don't know. I need to think about like where it should, like which size should I use. Maybe I should use a slightly smaller size, but yeah, I also need to cut the cable. Yeah, I think this is the original cable, so I will just add a little bit to that, like you know, something like this. It should fit. Yeah, I mean like, or maybe like this. Yeah, just to be on the safe side, you know. I don't want to redo this again because it's too short, right? Like it is cut. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Yeah, so so I'm going to repeat the same process, like just, you know, it's not that interesting, I think, so I will just skip it. So we're back. So we got these two connector or shield. So yeah, so you may notice like one of this is like smaller, one is bigger, but yeah, that's how I do it. And most of the time it's about the length of the cable, and also like, you know, whether you can put the right connector to the place. So yeah, it's just probably the same on most of the car. So yeah. Okay, now so I think it's just a matter of fitting this back to the, back on the car. So this cable, like this smaller hole will go to the body, right? So, and then I actually got this spare nuts that I got from previous socket, like that the battery terminal, right? So one of this like nuts here. So it should fit to the hole there, but then I mean, if you want to do the same job, maybe you need some spare nuts, like some assorted nuts, like just in case, like, you know, testing the size. Yeah, it's just a bit loosened right now, but I can fit it afterwards because this location, after we fit the battery tray, we still have some excess, so it's fine. Okay, now you can see this is all tightened up. So yeah, put back the cover here. make sure like they are actually really tight. You know, oh, I forgot to put it back here like this. Nice, but I can do it afterwards. Yeah, make sure they are tight. You know, you don't want it to be loose, because you know, if I did, like, you know, there was one experience that I had, like, you know, it was loose, and then the car sometimes starts, sometimes doesn't. So, and then I call a recovery, like, you know, those company, right, those recovery company, and then they said your connector was loose, and then that caused the car sometimes does not want to start. So make sure it is tightened, like here, you know, all the nuts, like, you know, but then, like, you know, is, yeah, I would suggest this kind of connector instead of those, like, you know, quick turn, quick release one. Is they were just very easy to snap or crack. So yeah, and then yeah, let's see if the car start. Okay, okay, it seems the car does start. Okay, it seems the car does start. So yeah, and then I can also see from my computer here, like, you know, I'm reading the voltage, which is like 14 something. So I think it's good. Like, sometimes if you see a voltage lower than that, maybe, you know, it also suggests you to check the ground circuits for weak connection. So I think this is a good indicator that it is actually working. So yeah, that's how you can get the connection, the ground connection, you know, installed. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. See you next time. Cheers.